Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to outline how to go about writing up your methodology and talk a little bit about the different resources that you're going to have to use and watch in order to be able to complete this step of your assignment. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is open up step one, getting started, and make sure that you open up both the student guide for the higher assignment as well as the document that you've been writing in so far. And therefore you should have everything you type should be put into this document here and should be written under the methodology heading. And you should, of course, already have completed the introduction prior to writing the methodology. And then this guideline document will guide you through the key parts, bits of information you have to pay attention to in writing up your method. So I'm just going to scroll down towards the actual page you need to look at, which is page 5. And the first thing you'll notice is this is worth 6 marks. Now, the way the marks are allocated, there's a number of ways marks are allocated for this, but the key thing is that you are first and foremost being asked to explain, and the key word there is explain, how you went about gathering your data for the 2 research questions that you have selected. And you will see that you need to start by outlining your first research question, which in this case would be the river discharge that you're studying. And then you need to outline this here. Now, to do part 2, there is a tutorial that you can watch. So if we have a little look at the Google Classroom, you will see if I scroll down to step 3 tutorials, you want this one here, which is explaining how we gather data on discharge tutorial 1. And that's going to talk to you a little bit about how you chose the 9 sites, how they were selected, about the river, length, and various other aspects. And you're looking to write a paragraph, an extended paragraph, where you don't just describe what you did, but what's key is you're always explaining why you did it the way you did it. Okay, once you have completed that step, you're then looking to write up the remainder of how you went about actually gathering the actual data for that first research question, which once again will in all likelihood be river discharge. So in order to do that, there are 4 parts to that. You will find there are a couple of videos that will help you do that. And they are this one here, which is explaining how we gather data on discharge tutorial 2. There are also actual live recordings taken from the Amity burn. This one here, which just outlines the equipment that you need to gather discharge data. This video here actually talks about the equipment and how you use it for gathering data on the width and the depth of the river, and then why you need the width and the depth in order to calculate discharge. And finally, this video here, which you need to watch, which will then tell you how you need to gather the velocity data, which is obviously, along with the width and depth, the 3 things that are required to calculate discharge. So I wouldn't suggest just watching these 2 tutorials here, but I would actually watch the real live river videos that talk you through it, and then you're equipped to explain exactly the process that you went through in gathering discharge data. After that, you then need to be selective. So you might choose to pause this tutorial at this point and go and do everything I've suggested, or you might just want to continue through to the end. So the second step is finding the correct video that matches your own personal research question. So that could either be this one here, hydraulic radius, which is the efficiency of the channel. So this video would explain that. If you are doing the bed load size, this video would do that. And if you are studying the channel bed roughness, or what we call the rock shape, then this video would do that. So select the one that happens to be your second research question, and you will have already selected that second river variable. Don't just rely on this video. Once you've watched this video, I would also go and watch these methodologies. So for example, if you're doing, this one here, if you're doing rock shape, watch this little 2-minute video, which was actually taken live on the river. If you're doing rock size, watch this video. And if you're doing the hydraulic radius or the efficiency of the channel, then watch this video. And these little live videos go alongside the main video. So you can watch them one after the other before writing. Once you've finished all of that, prior to finishing your method, there's one final step. And you'll see step 4 is just where you repeat the same as step 3, but you do it for your second research question. But the final step is what we call evaluating, or talking about the reliability of the methods you used. Now, there's only up to 2 marks for doing this step of it, and it's not required. So if you didn't do it, you could still get 6 marks for having completed steps 1 to 4. But if you do want to discuss this and open up the opportunity to pick up an additional 2 marks in this step, then could I ask you to watch the final video here, which is evaluating data gathering techniques. And in this video, there are about 5 or 6 different evaluations that I offer. You wouldn't look to write them all. I would watch the video and then select a couple that match with what you did and which you think you might have experienced as issues, and then write about them, explaining how they affected the quality of your data. Okay, so you're ready to pause this video and go back to open the student guide and work your way through steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 4, you have to personalize in terms of your second research question, the one that's unique to you. And then step 5 is optional, but it is worth a couple of marks. So I suggest that you maybe give it a go and write up a couple of the ideas.